Well, I've been having adventures, but I haven't been making any recordings. I've done a good bit of backpacking this year, but not a lot, but some in Ocala National Forest, but it didn't look very interesting to me, and I didn't think anybody would like to watch it. So I'm doing just a camping trip with a group called Savannah Outdoors. I've never met any of them, so this is quite an experience, and I've got my tent and all set up. I'm at Mistletoe State Park, and what is today? Today's the 24th of February. No, today's March the 1st. It ain't the 24th. I don't know why that. March the 1st. And this is the first day of my trip. They're gonna do some kayaking tomorrow, but I'm not. And I'm just gonna do some hiking around here. This is my tent set up over here, and this is where I'm sitting right here on a lake, which is very pretty. A pretty lake, and there are a lot of more tent sites around here, and so not very interesting, not much to it, but it's a beautiful tent site. It's been raining most of the day, but it had quit just long enough for me to get my tent up, and now it comes and it goes. This looks a lot like the little streams that my brother Jim and I used to shoot fish in. It's hard to believe that people would do that, but we did. Mostly red fin pike. I don't know if they're still around anymore. They might have disappeared off the earth. But we would take a .22 single shot rifle and a flashlight, and we'd walk along the edge of the water until we saw a fish, and he wasn't scared of the light or us. You'd stick the barrel of the gun right down next to him and pull the trigger, and the concussion would knock him out. Then you'd take a little seine net and seine him out and throwing him in the bucket. We did good doing that at times. One time my brother Jim, we was walking along doing that, and he stepped in a sinkhole that he didn't see. I thought he was a goner. All I could see was his hat floating. But he popped back up pretty quick and climbed out. He wasn't too happy about it, been soaking wet, and I think we went home after that. But from then on, he looked hard for those little sinkholes, because they'd sure make a mess. As luck would have it, I'm on the wrong trail. Apparently, the reason I hadn't seen any markings is that this is the wrong place. I got to cross this creek right back up here, so I'm headed back. Oh well, that's life. Well, I am back at the paper plate. So this is the way the trail goes right here. Fortunately, there ain't a lot of water on the stream, so I think I can jump it. What do you think? If I get my feet wet, I do. This first one, I'm pretty sure I can get over. This one, I ain't gonna make it. So I'm gonna pick this place where it's the shallowest. I figured I wouldn't, but there's another paper plate with a blue marker, and it's on the ground. There's some blue markers there. So this is obviously the way I'm supposed to go, but now I got wet feet. Oh well, that's the way it is. Apparently, you could have went that way too and come and crossed earlier. I think I was on the wrong something. This trail's a lot nicer than that other one. A lot more people have been on it. Well, that tree got some problems. I don't know what's wrong with it. There's been a lot of downfall over here, but hey, we got some wonderful blue markers over here that we didn't have before. Who knows where you're going to end up? Not I, said the blind man. Well, according to my app, I'm on the right trail. So we'll see how this goes. If you don't get lost a few times and wet a few times, you ain't camping. So crossing the stream wasn't a big deal to get your feet wet. People think it is, but it ain't. It don't really bother you. You don't even notice it unless it's real cold. But looks like I'm going to be hiking in the stream anyway. So keeping your feet dry is pretty well out of the question. So ain't something you worry about. You just plow on through. There's a trail marker. The blue trail goes to the right and return loop to the left. So I'm not quite ready to call it a day, so I'm going to go to the right. There's a few places where it's a little difficult to cross if he was on a bicycle, but being on foot it's not hard. But this is a bike trail and we're coming up on a little waterfall. Maybe it's a dam. Maybe that's how it gets its name. We got to cross this stream again. Now there's a trail going that way, probably just for people to look. So we're going to go that way and look. Even though I could probably cross over on that dam, it probably ain't safe. So I'm just going to cross over down here below. That's mighty pretty. There's another little dam. Maybe this is the reason it's got its name. Now this trail right here goes on. I don't know where it goes, but it goes on. But I ain't going that way. There might be more pretty stuff down there to see. I don't know. Some people climb down there and probably cross the stream here because it looks like they're climbing up. But I'm going to follow the sign. Do the right thing. Ain't no reason not to do the right thing. They got signs here for a purpose. At one time they had them crossing here. See the blue markers? But they don't have us crossing there anymore. I don't think. I think they got us crossing right here. This looks like a campsite too. That's not, see that number 1? I bet that's a campsite marker. I bet that's a campsite. Right there it is, because I see a picnic table. So you can backpack into here really easy. Got a nice fire pit. This is campsite number 1. Got a nice picnic table and some logs to sit on. What more could a backpacker want? And it ain't very far from the car. Alright, let's cross this stream and see how we got to go about it. They've got the trail going up there, but there's a little dam here, so I figure it's deeper at the dam, so I'm just going to wade across right here. It ain't about ankle deep. No problem at all. Just get your feet wet, which is what backpacking's all about. Now, there might be a few little fish in this little spot. I should have brought me a pole. See if I could have caught something. Oh, well. There's the creek right there. Looks pretty. Here's the trail, we up and at 'em. Well, when you know it, here's another little creek we got to cross. Ain't nothing you can do about it but cross it, but it ain't none of them bad. Compared to Alaska, Denali National Park, and Yellowstone, this ain't nothing. In Yellowstone, I crossed 4 creeks that was about waist deep. That's a pretty view of the creek right there. Somebody's built a little cairn down there, see it? I don't know if that marks this trail or a trail. Or maybe somebody's just stacking up rocks. Who knows? There's a nice little cascade. I don't think it's cold enough here for trout. You got to get closer to the mountains and get a little higher elevation. I don't think there's anything here. There might be some little brim or something like that. Woo, but if we were shooting fish, that would be the trick. That brook's making a nice little sound working its way through that log and those rocks. This must be rocky up here in these hills. It's a beautiful view though. I like it. Well, I'm back at my little creek crossing. I figured I'd get back here sooner or later. I did. Now, I don't know if this is the same one I crossed before or not. I'm not sure. But there ain't nothing to do but to cross it. It's just a thing. And it ain't very deep, so there ain't no reason to worry about it. Just go on. Oh, that feels good on my feet. I'm telling you. My feet had just about got completely dry. I don't see the waterfall up there. There's something. So I don't think this is where I crossed for. This must be the same creek but different crossing. Alrighty. There's my markers. Let's go. Well, this is campsite number 3. I think the campsite is up there. Yeah, I see a picnic table. It's up that way. But there's a little pond this way with a bench. I might take a 5-minute break here. Drink me some water. Enjoy the view. This is the first break I've taken. I'm probably about 5 miles into my hike. I've probably got another 1.5 miles to go. Yeah, this is just a little freshwater pool. I would be surprised if it had any fish to mount anything in it. It's too shallow. I can see grass throughout, but I bet the ducks and the waterfowl just love it. When I was hiking Ocala National Park, I had to get my water out of places like this because there wasn't nowhere else to get it. But my filtering system and everything worked just fine. Filter it. Tasted pretty good too. I bet this is part of the reservoir here. It don't look like a little shallow pond. It looks like it's part of Clark's Hill. Back up this far. Wouldn't be surprised. Now this is confusing. I've got a blue marker right here showing going that way. And then I got a blue marker going that way. So I don't know. I know we got to turn right at some point. I might see a white marker up there, so you can make it cross the stream here or further up. There's a little table here. There might be another place to cross a little farther up. I'm going to cross here and just look around and see. I'm not sure. Don't know.